Protect your DNA. BioPQQ can promote formation of new mitochondria. Infowarsstore.com.
Welcome back. Now we have everything that was there in the Tonight, plus we're going to play an excerpt from a piece I did about a year ago talking about how the EPA wants to kill your grandmother with all the draconian restrictions they're putting on people using fireplaces. But that'll all be coming up. First story tonight, Donald Trump is still in the news, whether you like it or not and whether you think he's good or not. Here it is out of NBC. Donald Trump still in the lead after debates. New NBC News SurveyMonkey poll says. So the overnight poll was conducted for 24 hours from Friday evening into Saturday. During that period, Donald Trump stayed in the headlines due to his negative comments about Megyn Kelly and her bloody eyes, and was disinvited from a major conservative gathering in Atlanta. But none of that stopped Trump from coming in at the top of the poll with 23%. Senator Ted Cruz was next on the list with 13%. And then if you go to the graphic over who won the debate, they don't even show Rand Paul, which is, that's just one of the things they do, or they're going to keep excluding Rand Paul from this list. So who knows whether Trump is good or bad. Alex Jones took a bunch of calls today on what people thought of Trump, and we're going to get to that in 1 second. But first, I want to replay a report we put out on Friday called Is Trump a Wolf in Sheep's Clothing? Let's go to that report now.
America, remember when a young upstart Illinois Senator Barack Obama promised everything under the sun? Obama promised to cut the deficit in half. Well, it was $10 trillion then. It's over $18 trillion now. Obama promised shovel-ready American jobs, but as Obama's golf games increased and he spent millions of taxpayer dollars on his vacations, he ignored his Jobs Council, eventually disbanding it, and now we have an economy with more than 1/3 of the country on welfare. Not to mention an emboldened surveillance state, militarized Constitution-despising police, a middle-class destroying healthcare program, wide-open borders, huge foreign policy failures in the Middle East, Europe, and South America, an impending corporate world government courtesy of the TPP, and a nation increasingly divided on race. Basically, everything Obama promised was a big fat lie. His biggest achievement appears to be the ability to lead the American people along like lemmings.
Nature, in her infinite wisdom, has spared a few. Back on the Arctic plain, there remains the small handful that did not make this fatal journey.
So who's the globalist straw man this time around? Could it be Donald Trump? The Washington Post reported that former President Bill Clinton had a private telephone conversation in late spring with Donald Trump at the same time that the billionaire investor and reality television star was nearing a decision to run for the White House, according to associates of both men. 4 Trump allies and 1 Clinton associate familiar with the exchange said that Clinton encouraged Trump's efforts to play a larger role in the Republican Party and offered his own views of the political landscape. Donald Trump is a longtime friend of the Clintons. So what would the strategy look like in order for Trump to buttress Hillary's presidential campaign as she struggles with the shackles of her latest debacle of an FBI email investigation, where at least 4 of the emails on her private server were found to be classified? First, delay the Democratic presidential debate. Done. We won't see a Democratic presidential debate for over 2 months. And the handful of Democratic candidates are already complaining that the schedule of 6 primary debates are designed to allow Hillary to shine. Second, send in the Donald to stir up the Republican campaign. Test the waters by using promises and observations about America that Hillary can utilize later in her campaign.
If it weren't for me, you wouldn't even be talking about illegal immigration, Chris. You wouldn't even be talking about it. This was not a subject that was on anybody's mind until I brought it up at my announcement, and I said, Mexico is sending.
And once Trump has dominated and weakened the Republican field with his faux populism, Trump can jump right off the Republican bandwagon and run as a third-party candidate, further watering down Republican votes, which is something Trump has already hinted at. Here we are again, debate season, when the candidates actually talk about the criminal conspiracy that has devoured our government and transformed it into a corporation masquerading as a democracy. Not to be mentioned again once they are in office, as this brief season of populism and reflection of American values morphs into a reign of tyranny. John Bound for Infowars.com.
So I think that's the question people really want answered. Can they trust Donald Trump? Here at Infowars, we have conflicting reports. Some people are for Donald Trump, and some people are very much against him, think he is a wolf in sheep's clothing. I'm sort of leaning into the wolf in sheep's clothing camp, definitely, but I do like some of the things he's saying, and I think what he is saying needs to be out on the national stage so those ideas get out there. And so for that, I'm thankful that we do have somebody like Donald Trump. But frankly, I think, the office of the president is a kept office, and he has no chance in the end. I think you're going to see a Hillary, Jeb Bush meetup. And I think we've been calling that here for a long time. We knew that this is what it was coming down to. They're going to make sure some scandal gets in the way of Donald Trump and stops him at some point. They'll destroy Rand Paul. They're already doing it by pretending he doesn't exist. I mean, Rand Paul's the guy that sits over in the corner and, they shut him out of every graphic. They probably wish they could give him less debate time. They probably give Chris Christie more airtime than they do Rand Paul. And Rand Paul definitely has more of a chance of winning the Republican nomination. So earlier today on the Alex Jones Show, he spent most of the time talking about Donald Trump and taking your calls and seeing what people's response out there was to him, the Infowars audience. And let me tell you, there were some very interesting callers, and they went the gambit. They went the range of everything from the college he went to, being a Jesuit college, to him just being a wolf in sheep's clothing. Here it is in their own words, the callers on the Alex Jones Show.
My whole thing is that I just don't understand how anybody can support this guy, Trump. I mean, he's fake. He's obviously fake. He's as real as the caller Smitty that calls up your show. I mean, he stands up there as this beacon of crony capitalism and throws it all in our face and says, oh, let me tell you something. I took advantage of all these deals, and let me tell you, I'm very proud of this. I'm very proud of this. And it's disgusting. This guy is appealing to the public's goldfish-like attention span by saying all the right things and by being politically incorrect. Meanwhile, Rand Paul has dropped off the face of the earth. He's the one that everybody should be supporting just because he's saying all the right things the exact same way as Obama did in 2008. Is it really a fun thing to watch? Of course it is. For somebody who has a nihilistic view of things and wants to just be entertained while the whole country burns, yeah, go ahead and vote for Trump. But, I wonder what everybody's opinion of him is going to be as far as electability is when he takes Jeb Bush as his VP, because it sure did seem like he really enjoyed standing next to him at the debate.
James in Colorado, you're up next. Go ahead.
Hey, what's up, Alex? As far as Trump, I don't know if I've coined the term, but the wolf in sheepdog's clothing, I think, is the good one, because a lot of these people like George Bush, they push small government, but then, of course, they're putting through the Patriot Act, global government, so it's kind of just party politics. And I think Rand Paul should attack him really on two issues, which is eminent domain, the fact that he's kicked so many people off of their private property using the bureaucracy.
What's your view on Trump himself? Do you think he's smoking his own propaganda? Or do you think he's consciously met with the Clintons? Or do you think he's for real?
I don't think he's for real. He did give $1 million to Clinton, supported Rahm Emanuel's Senate campaign. But another thing is his stance on Edward Snowden, where he made the claim that he's a traitor, that, what do we used to do to traitors? We used to either execute them or put them in prison. And the whole thing is that if you're saying Snowden's a traitor, you're basically saying he's evil. But he has difficulty saying the establishment is evil, so they're incompetent when they're the war criminal. And again, he's a politician, even if he hasn't held office. Same way, it's kind of a drastic example, but the CIA, they would film generals doing things to kids to blackmail them. I mean, it's still mob politics, regardless.
Let's talk to Rich in New York. Rich, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Hey, what's up, Alex? Alex, Donald Trump is a game show host. He's clown shoes. The guy panders to anyone who'll line his pockets. He's a shill and a half and nothing more. Just like the way Beck once in a while would say some things of truth, because you have to mix lies with the truth in order to get people to even listen to what you say. This is what this guy is. Plain and simple. That's it.
Let's go back to your phone calls. Walt in Michigan, you're on the air. Thanks for calling.
Hello, Alex.
Hey, buddy, go ahead.
You got back from your trip from Rome, huh?
Very interesting investigation. We've got some documentaries coming out on it.
Yeah, well, Donald Trump went to Fordham Jesuit University, so did Bill Clinton went to Georgetown Jesuit University, and the Jesuit Pope is calling for a new world order just like Clinton did, just like Donald Trump has paid lots of money to New World Order candidates. And Jeb Bush is a fourth-degree Knight of Columbus bowing to the Pope of Rome in Rome. It's online. You can look up his photographs of him doing that. Rome controls the United States. The Jesuits control the Vatican from behind the scenes with Adolfo Nicholas, the Jesuit general, with the present Jesuit Pope.
So it'll be interesting to see what happens with Donald Trump.
The knowledge of the ancients, tried and true, trusted herbs and extracts fused with the latest nutraceutical science. Introducing the all-new Ancient Defense Herbal Immunity Blend, crafted with over 14 key ancient herbs and extracts to supercharge and prepare your body for what experts admit is the most dangerous season of the year. We have rejected hundreds of other formulations in our quest to bring you what is simply the most powerful and comprehensive proprietary formula that we have ever created in the realm of herbal immunity. For the last 2 years, our team has been working with top doctors, nutritionists, and chemists to develop the ultimate nutraceutical formulation. Experience the benefits of combining over 14 ancient herbs and extracts with exciting new advances in nutraceutical science. For a limited time, get 25% off on this introductory offer. Visit ancientdefense.com or call 888-253-3139. ancientdefense.com.